flying. Anuku just has to catch it. Hutchinson gets him. Mackenzie against Kinghorn. Mackenzie for the try.
From clever plays to Mackenzie's impossible try,
Blacks, Rugby from the goal.
these are moments rugby players used 100% of their brains.
So White at least hands it off. Interesting little kick, Faddis.
Like that time when Dylan Lades humiliated the Exeter Chiefs players.
Chases the kick of Colby, and Dylan Lades brought down by an ankle tap. Oh, it's brilliant for SP Marais!
While that might be incredible, this pass by Buden Barrett never gets old.
Barrett accelerates through. Still going, Bowden Barrett now throws an amazing ball.
And while the flick pass looks like a very hard skill to execute, it's a technique that the All Blacks have mastered throughout their team.
There's McCaw, takes it off the back. Now Smith-Cruden. Popped it up beautifully. Now Williams and Sonny Bill Williams.
With just a little bit of spice, Sevoloni Motenakagi proved to us that he wasn't human.
Modanasani beats Malou. Oh, no way! How on earth has he done that?
Geniuses always seem to enjoy working alone. But deep down, they also need partners in crime. Like when Dupont paired up with Peru to pull off one of the sweetest tries.
Go! Voila!
Dupont certainly knows a thing or two about team plays, but no one is a better student of the game than Capuzzo. He found an impossible loophole to evade the offside rule. This is the kind of play that you only see once in your lifetime. Another sight to see was Kieran Reid providing a clutch offload pass when the All Blacks needed it the most. The courage to pull this off while your team is on the back foot is crazy. Just like Dan Carter's wild offload to Julian Surveyor during their 2015 World Cup quarterfinal.
Beautiful show and go. Pape, no chance. Offloaded, one-armed, reverse.
And it was all from France's own mistake. You see, even before Carter got the ball, France had had the chance to make a steal during a ruck twice, but they failed to make those moments count.
Just unable to get their hands on the ball for long periods in this game. Franks.
Oh, hands were on.
So when the ball got to Dan Carter, he made France pay.
Now some room for Carter, the bend. Oh, brilliant ball to Savia! This is magnificent from the All Blacks. And they're in for their third try.
Just like Brian O'Driscoll, after he made an impossible try against the French in the World Cup, following a cheap penalty from Les Blues.
France. Humphreys adds the extras. 40 points to 12, the French.
So when the play began, everyone knew that Ireland would capitalise on their numerical advantage. But they did it in a very interesting way. That for a second, even the commentators were doubtful whether the try was made.
Humphreys, the little kick in behind. No, can he get it down?
That's try.
I think he's got it down.
Until they saw the replay.
Perfectly weighted kick. Just watch the concentration, the control.
And if skill had a twin brother, his name would have to be Israel Dag. Check this out.
On the outside, Cruden. Then the ball's gone back away again to the fullback. Dag straight through. Dag for the line. Comes to the fullback. Throws on the inside. And that's a try. Nonu scores.
Nonu finished the job, but everyone knew the try belonged to the magic in Dag's run.
Pressure. They've used wonderful width in attack. They've got their...
But magic isn't reserved only to heroic runs. Herschel Jantjies proved that sometimes magic plays can come from a crossfield kick inside your own 22.
Jantjies. This time, the kick pass. Oh, what a move! Warwick Galant. Galant in open space. Dialendi's with him. Hits his centre partner. Reinach gets it back. Reinach is in again. It's a hat-trick in a row.
Then came Reinach, proving to us that South African flair isn't lost. Watch this run from his own half.
Reinach goes for a run round the fringes. Reinach puts a kick over for himself. Kubus. Reinach! Oh, he's more dangerous than climate change. Reinach is in.
And while Reinach might be more dangerous than climate change, he can't turn rugby players into mannequins like how Vincent Clerc did.
Nice interchange. Here's one. So clear. He's got the pace. And he's away. And he's in.
Still on that French flair, here's Antoine Zegdar also freezing defenders, then making a no-look reverse hand out of nowhere.
Again goes to his big man on the edge, Antoine Zegdar. Oh, what a ball! Flip.
Now that's French flair. You've heard of French flair and Fijian flair, but here's England showcasing their own brand of artistry.
Redshaw. Oh, out the back door to Pollock, who fends off. One more backdoor boogie. This is going to be a worldie if England can finish it. Oh, yes, they can.
That was indeed a worldie, but what would you say about this piece of Pacific genius by Kalavetti Ravuvu? When it comes to moments of genius, Finn Russell understands a thing or two about this art.
Lovely, wonderful. Oh.
He's the kind of player that will make a fool out of you, then shake your hand after it with a big smile on his face.
Finn Russell. Well, you give him a free play, and he can do that.
Henry Slade was also cheeky. He beat two defenders with simple and quick thinking.
That near touchline, chips it, chases.
You see, his team made an effort to make quick passes, but the opponent's defensive line wasn't biting onto the bait. So when Slade got the ball, he decided to take things into his own hands and improvise.
In the midfield, but Slade lurking on that near touchline, chips it, chases on after his own. Oh, Henry Slade!
In desperate times, beautiful tries can also come from brilliant crossfield kicks, like this one that Bowden Barrett set up.
Bowden Barrett, that kick pass once again in space, and look at Ioane, and Ioane's a real sprinter. Johnny May's coming across, but May can't get there, and Ioane gets the try.
Still, very few moments capture the level of audacity like this kick by the Barbarians.
This is interesting. This is cheeky. That's a try. Oh, wow. You practice that how many times at training? What do you say about that, honey?
Oh, we're sitting here up in the commentary box and we can hear the Barbarians coach screaming from the coach's box.
Yet George Barton was just as genius and barbarian. When they faced Gloucester late last year, George delivered a moment of raw, improvised skill that gave Gloucester hope. Trailing at 10 points, Gloucester was desperate for anything. But as if things couldn't get any worse, the worst happened. Notice how the ball falls off the tee. But George was sharp. In the end, the conversion never mattered anyway.
It really is.
And so was Lyon, mostly on account of Baptiste's clinical booting skill. One of such clinical moments was when he found Twikavu with a well-weighted grubber through the defence.
C'est de pénalité en faveur des Toulonnais également. Festival offensif Setariki Twikavu.
That grubber was undoubtedly a booting masterpiece, and Reinach proved he understood that part of the game as well. Watch how he arrived and surveyed the defensive line before he noticed a tiny, almost invisible space and exploited it immediately.
Matters, Reinach! A sniping scrum half and Springbok voices in the northern suburbs of Paris.
But here is a play that could earn you a debut with the Springboks. In 2023, when the Lions met the Stormers, the Lions showed an intense determination to gain a lead early on in the game.
Just at the last second, the Stormers keep the Lions out. It's looking ominous now. PJ Porter!
Rightly so, in the 5th minute, they took the lead. But after that, they lost concentration and began giving the ball away cheaply, and it cost them straight away.
A Stormer again, they begin the counter-attack. A truly dangerous back three. Not in evidence there, however, and Zas with a fantastic ankle tap.
But what truly stood out wasn't just how the try was created, it was how much a single try could change Munga Mazulu's career. A few months later after this try, Munga Mazulu made his debut with the Springboks' creativity can really take you places.
Moment. The only thing he was focused on was just keep that ball, he gets to keep me up. Oh, my goodness, what a highlight reel he will have. Look at that!
And it was that same kind of creativity and fast thinking that helped Martin Page-Relo mark his debut in style.
Races away with not a single La Rochelle player to challenge him. How smart was that? The line out, Damian Perno and Pazuello, big eyes, can't believe what they've just managed to achieve.
This outfield play is something that's common in French rugby, because Phoenix Batty created an exact carbon copy of that incident when Oyonnax faced Massey. But in Leicester, Handré Pollard was launching missiles, like this one that he launched to Adam Radwan. Actually, it does, because when Canada faced Wales, Adam Zaruba made a catch so clean it felt illegal. Plays like this don't just happen. Blink and you miss them.
Big mid goes up, sticks, riding like a boundary outfielder, riding the rope on the outside to save a six. That is unbelievable piece of play there.
Even so, no one embodied quick plays more than Danny Cipriani. Watch as he outplays an entire defensive line with a single pass.
But what about the pass? Danny Cipriani weaving Kingsholm spells already.
Then comes a different kind of genius, Simon Zebo. He was certainly appealing for his Brazilian passport after this piece of skill.
Delays it, you don't get that opportunity, and Rory Best is away, and Best passes it outside, and Heaslett, and Zebo. Oh, what a piece of skill from Simon Zebo.
But on the other hand, Boaksy proved that he could just switch to football and would still make the starting team.
Touch with the drop kicks, but that's a magnificent piece of camera work. And good footwork.
And what about when James Ram made an assist so impossible we almost dug up Isaac Newton just to make him double-check his math? The jump was incredible, but the awareness to make the pass, magnificent.
Stab. Looking. Lob the ball back in. Oh, into the open.
When Leinster played against the formidable Northampton defence, they came up with a smart plan to beat the Northerners. It was simple. Make swift passes and beat the defensive line before it got to regroup. But when the ball reached O'Driscoll, it got him wrong-footed. So in a second of animal instinct, he did the unexpected.
And just the step there from Fitzgerald. Jamie Elliott, such a good performer in the Premiership. He's got no hope there. Stranded, stepping from Luke Fitzgerald. 2 tries for him. A tremendous start for Leinster. A terrible start, but that is a priceless moment for Brian O'Driscoll.
Mathieu Jalibert is one of the few players who seem to have sharpened that instinctive part of himself. He gambled on the slimmest of chances to score a worldie. On the other side of town, genius plays are so complex, they leave everyone wondering, how was that even possible? Watch as Bevan French creates one of these.
Brilliant, Bevan. Nowhere to go, nothing on. Bevan French produces.
And in the same theme of complexity and simplicity, I learnt that a simple thing like being at the right place at the right time can determine if you score or not. Watch how Jamison Gibson Park moves. He certainly understands something that I don't about rugby.
Gibson Park, absolute belter.
Don't get me wrong, team plays and moments of individual brilliance are crazy, but when New Zealand met Scotland recently, Damian McKenzie showed why he is the only player that can individually carry the All Blacks just 20 minutes into the second half. The All Blacks were down to 14 men.
Can he hold on to McKenzie? No, he brushes him off, he pirouettes, he spins, he dodges with the touchline.
They had also lost their 17-point lead and Damian McKenzie had been badly bruised, but what he did a few minutes later helped the All Blacks win.
60 metres out, he could see Stain and where he was, but he still was accurate enough to get it over his...
Immediately the game shifted to their advantage, but he was not done yet. In a moment that defied every universal law, he made the try of the year watch.
Damian McKenzie, what a finish, what strength, what nous, what awareness. Incredible. That denied.
What a beauty.
How on earth did he manage that?
Blair Kinghorn.
But Brian O'Driscoll's showmanship was something else. When they played Ulster, O'Driscoll's brain was thinking outside the box.
O'Driscoll, that is sheer world class by O'Driscoll. And
it was a subtle move, but it gained Leinster crucial territory.
In the world. For the gap, please.
And speaking of subtle plays, Aaron Smith is a monk in defensive masterpieces. Last year, he made a move so subtle, not even the commentators noticed pay attention to Aaron Smith during this ruck.
Well, Tom Curry and the ball ricocheting off the referee, so we'll have a scrum and it will be New Zealand.
Playing the ball off the referee while under pressure is a brainiac's move. Play any game long enough and you will not only outplay the opposition but the rules as well.
And again, you just watch him carry the ball.
Even so, perfectly executing a manoeuvre as a team has to be a genius moment too, like this unique play by Leicester Tigers.
And it's another try.
But this team didn't stop there. In another match, they performed the same move too.
Sorry, left to right as we look at it, they went right to left.
That's some commitment.
Off the back. Lovely little bit of hands, Pollard.
Like the extraordinary commitment Biel Biarri showed when Bordeaux played Exeter.
And Biel Biarri, the two French wingers combining nicely. And Brown Bampo chasing the ball into the corner. Oh, and it's been kept in field.
But the move certainly raised a couple of eyebrows, so the ref took the trouble to explain.
Allowed to stand on the line and kick the ball if the ball hasn't crossed the plane of touch and it'd still be in field, correct.
But this next one makes Biarri's move look like a joke. Over the years, Bulldogs versus Roosters has always been an entertaining match. A memorable one was when they met last year. Mark Nawaka-Nitawase had made it his purpose to give us an insane try.
You just can't keep doing this stuff as easy as he makes it look. Harvey Norman.
So when he got a chance that almost won it for the Roosters, he did this.
Dawasi, who tiptoes down the wing and kicks ahead.
But what made the try more special wasn't the time on the clock. It was the mechanics that went into creating the try. Watch.
Oh! What a play.
That's one of the best tries.
And while that might be the best try of all time, this insane team play by New Zealand helped them seize their 4th World Cup. During a full line-out, the All Blacks executed a piece of deception that created a massive crack in the French defence. Watch how Tony Woodcock makes a sneaky run to receive the ball.
Tony Woodcock, there's the first try of the final. What a move. Tony Woodcock absolutely loves scoring tries.
And so did Julian Surveyor enjoy making tries during the quarters of the 2015 World Cup.
Questions about their form in the pool play, but they have erupted in this first of the knockout matches for them here.
In that game, the French were brutalised, and everyone in the New Zealand team wanted to get their licks in.
The French are in all sorts of trouble. Retallick, and it goes to Sabia. See you later.
Leading that pack was Julian Surveyor, who scored a hat-trick that day. One of these tries won the 2015 Try of the Year award. Watch how it was created. Running on the touchline, he received a simple pass from Kieran Reid. What he did next wasn't as simple. Watch that again.
Picking off 2 world-class defenders. Spenning is no slouch in defence. Surveyor just showing what class of power.
But just 2 years later, that kind of determination would never be seen again. In an All Blacks jersey, Julian Surveyor was dropped from the New Zealand team. Was that a deliberate decision, or was there more into that? I guess we'll never know.
But he's kept his way out of trouble. Gonzalez able to see.
Still, one of the most brilliant performances of all is the one you can't forget. Drop it in the comments below. I want to see what inspired you the most. If you enjoyed this one, the next video goes even harder. Trust me, tap like, hit subscribe, and stay tuned with Rugby Throwback. Appreciate you watching.